Hey guys, Einhide here from the Nexus Schoolhouse, bringing you another over-explained video, this time Hogger on Braxis Holdout. Hogger's a bit of an interesting hero. He's very difficult and he has a really high skill cap, but if you can find that you get him working for you, get your bounces to be in the correct direction, you have a general understanding of when you want to press the buttons, and you have some ability to keep his rage high, then you will find he's a very, very rewarding and very powerful hero to play. I do think Blizz have kind of shot themselves in the foot in terms of balancing this hero, because rage is just such a powerful mechanic. When your rage bar is empty, you really feel like half a hero, and when your rage bar is full, you feel like too much of a hero. I do think this hero is kind of in a strange spot balance-wise, where he's just not balanced at all. The 4-point damage nerf they did to his E was absolutely not enough and is not going to be relevant anytime soon. And right here on the Hogger, we are going to opt for the W build, so that is Journeyman Cooking at level 1, level 4 aggro range, level 7 Dense Blasting Powder, into the Hortibolt, 13 Pummel, 16 Kablooey, and level 20 No Control. We do manage to trade very aggressively into the enemy Diva right here, and the solo lane as Hogger, especially with W build, is really just a matter of maintaining your resources while trying to land your W on the opponent as much as possible, so that you can get that 8% heal every time you do hit an opponent. And there are going to be a few occasions this game where I hit a fat heal on multiple enemy heroes, and I will point it out when it happens, because it is always a fantastic feeling getting that big burst. I do just bounce on out here and just look for my tap. I have demeched the enemy Diva, so her wave clear is going to be a lot less efficient. Unfortunately, I don't have my level 7 yet, so I'm not quite able to spread my explosions off my W, but I am able to find good damage here. I do bounce off, bounce backwards. I look for damage onto the Diva. Don't quite find it, unfortunately. I chuck my W onto her to get a little bit of a heal rolling, and then I do try to interrupt her mech, but I'm not quite able to find it. I do find a heal right there with that W, that 8% coming in clutch, and then we do have a pair of globes coming in to heal us. I do believe right after this I start aiming for the globe, but the Diva beats me with a Q and manages to deny it. Good play by her. We're going to pop our D off cooldown as frequently as possible in order to heal ourselves back up, and then we're just going to E on this wave, bounce back and forth, and look for free damage onto the Diva. Again, we're looking for our W on the ground just to heal ourselves back up. That 8% is crucial in maintaining our resources in the 1v1. I really think W build Hogger might be the strongest Hogger build right now. It's definitely felt the most versatile in general, and here the Diva makes the mistake of trying to challenge me on the point, which is never going to go well for her. So we're going to press all of our buttons, throw them at her, finish her off with an auto attack, that heal barely keeping us alive right at the tail end right there. But hey, if you did it and it was close, it was actually perfectly calculated the whole time. I knew my limits perfectly, and something calculated. Otherwise, we get a nice pick right there. Just check on my team, see how they're doing really quickly, and then we're going to return to tending to the point. I'm going to fast forward just a little bit here since we're not really doing anything at the moment. Just kind of watching my team, seeing how things are going down there. Then we're going to rotate back into our lane right here and start to clear it out. We do have that aggro range at 4, so we are able to pick up a little bit of rage just generated off of the minion wave. It is really difficult to keep your rage up as Hogger when you aren't against a high auto attack hero like Diva, and the fact that she's just trading into me like this is really good for me, because it means she's not using her resources to potentially outtrade me in the lane. It means she's not getting the minion wave that she should be getting. And generally, it just means she's keeping my rage high, and when my rage is high, I'm a very capable hero. Like I said, when Hogger's rage is high, he's a bit too much of a hero, kind of a little bit broken of a hero. I'm just going to continue to chuck my W's here, get that healing, get that punch, break her mech, and just tend to the point as best as I can. We're going to break her mech again right here, and then we're just going to look to E for a little bit of damage, chuck the D behind, get the Q on, get an auto, and then we're going to finish her off right there. That was a much cleaner kill this time around than it was last time. Last time it was a bit too close for comfort, but this one was nice, clean, and simple. Kind of shows what you can do with Hogger into a winning matchup. He does have a handful of losing matchups. Malthael and Leoric come to mind. And of course, versus Rexar, you are always constantly trading whether you have control of the point or control of the EXP, and he gets to get both while you only really get to get one. But otherwise, Hogger does really well into most 1v1s. Again, the W build is just so versatile. It gives you so much healing. It allows you to stack and gain HP over the course of the game. But it also just allows you to trade very efficiently in the lane. As long as you can get that rage initially and then hold on to that rage, you will basically just trade forever. Now we are going to press all of our buttons here, and that is the name of the game on Hogger. Always press all of your buttons all the time. There's no reason for you to not spam every single button he has, with the exception of not pressing the E if you think you're going to be ganked. If you do believe you're going to be ganked, then hold your E so that you can escape. But otherwise, just spam your buttons, go completely ham with it. Don't think twice. Here Diva is going to try to trade against me again. We're just going to bounce back and forth, have a little bit of a stylish trade right there, spin back and forth, just able to finish her on up. And at this point in time, we're doing fantastic. We're full level up. We've won our solo lane 3 times in a row, and we're doing a good job controlling our part of the map. My structures have barely taken any damage here, and we were able to pretty much deny the entirety of that Zerg wave. I do see my team is rotating in here, so I am going to opt to swap with them and head on down to bottom. And here's where I make a little bit of a mistake. I was kind of locked in the soloist mentality of I'm just fighting versus one hero at a time, and I kind of forgot that multiple heroes exist. The Falstad is going to fly on in here in just a moment, and he's going to absolutely wreck my shit. Unfortunate that we didn't play a little bit smarter around that. We were just half a level off from 10, so I started playing with Hortipult mentality of, oh, I've got this escape available 24/7, but we're not quite 10 yet, so that's not really true. Oh well, first death of the game, not the end of the world. We're able to get in our quick respawn, rush back into bottom, and now the 1v1 lane has moved to bot. This enemy Diva player really enjoys playing from the range form, not quite sure why. Right here, we're just going to E forward, going to look to see if I can get a cheeky interrupt onto her form. She does not elect to change right there. We do get a free W, nice, and then we're just going to look to clear out this wave, pick up our Hortipult, and go back to trading aggressively with the Diva. There are some heroes who can trade aggressively with you, and they will up-trade into you. Again, Leoric and Malthael come to mind. But other heroes like Diva, they just don't have that option available to them. They can't take aggressive trades like that, not efficiently at least, or not in such a way that they can both uptrade you in resources and find the kill. Diva does get to cheat a little bit in that she has 2 HP bars, but even then, it's not possible for her to do absolutely everything. We are able to find the E through right there, and then we're just going to have a long duel on the point right here where I press W and I get a lot of ticks of rage, so I'm basically unkillable. She's going to rush out right there, and I'm just going to look to sidestep the missiles. And again, we're just looking to proc our WQ and pop out as much damage as we can, get as much healing as we can, and look for nice big heals. I'm going to fast forward through the rest of this laning phase as it's a bit of a wash, and you guys have kind of already seen the Diva versus Hogger 1v1 and how well that goes for me and how poorly that goes for her. And we're just going to get to the team fighting part of the game, which is going to come up in just a moment here when I do rotate up after this objective. Hogger's a really fun hero to team fight with. You feel like you get a lot of value with him. You definitely feel like you're impactful, especially once you pick up your pummel at 13, where you just slow the entirety of the enemy team so much, and you really reduce the amount of efficacy they have in terms of healing, in terms of spell power, in terms of damage, just absolutely everything. We are able to just sidestep right there, heal up, and then we're going to rotate on into our team. I'm going to pop that D really quickly right there just to heal myself to full. And then we're going to run at the very top of the map. And I'm going to slow down right about here. And this is where we're looking for a Hortipult. I want to fly past a hero, and then I want to cue it back into the wall behind me. So I'm going to fly right past here, and then we're going to cue that Stukov right into that wall. We're going to pop our E, and we're going to be able to find the pick on him. We're going to rotate on out. Fantastic stuff by us. And then we're just going to find some light siege damage on the top. We're going to stay here for a very long time. We're going to kind of set up a little tent, get a little campfire going, and really, you know, make ourselves at home in the enemy base. We are going to W and Q right there, find ourselves that damage that manages to finish off that Falstad on the very back there. The 1 level difference definitely helped to make sure we get that kill. That 4% in both directions really made a big difference right there in being able to secure that kill that otherwise I don't think I would have been able to. We do find the pummel right there onto the enemy Murden. We throw the heal out and we get our 16% heal. And that's what I love about W build is just you get to sit here and just pump out damage, you get to pump out healing, and you really feel very impactful just because you're constantly slowing the enemy team, you're constantly dealing damage, you're constantly dismounting. You always feel like there's something for you to do. Right here, I try for the same play that I made a moment ago onto this Stukov, but I mistime it. I don't quite get the angle that I require in order to kill. And I did bait my Johanna into overextending right there. Unfortunately, my Gazlo is able to save it. Good play by Tiger right there. And then we're just going to look to get on out. We do prop our E, we bounce upwards. The enemy team is going to chase us here. I get a massive heal off that 3-man W. And then we're just going to look to escape. Falstad doesn't have his W, so he's going to elect to not chase us. Thank you. And we're going to be able to get out. And from here, we just return to parity. We're just going to go back to both teams being relatively even on the map. Of course, we're ahead, but as long as the waves go back to the center of the map, both teams are just about the same amount in the game. We do have the advantage to the level 16. And I am looking forward to the level 16 because I would like to pick up my Kablooey, my increased damage and cooldown reduction on my W. But right here, we're just looking to team fight efficiently. I'm looking for an R onto the enemy backline that could potentially do some good damage and maybe position my Gazlo in such a way that he can hit them. but I'm not quite able to find the angle until right here. I'm going to jump onto the enemy Stukov, throw the W onto him, and then I'm going to look to knock the Tassadar into our team. Nope, I end up finding the finish onto the Muradin right about here. Very good. And then I do manage to cancel the Stukov's shove. It was very obvious that he was going to try to shove there because he turned around. He wanted to punch me into his gate. I managed to cancel it with the Q with perfect timing, and then we managed to just roll on through. Definitely don't try that if you are at higher than 60 ping. It becomes way too difficult to do consistently. Then we managed to find the picks, and fantastic. We are on our way to the boss. We are on our way to ending the game. I'm basically going to cut it there because we've seen the laning phase, we've seen how to team fight, and we've seen the extent of what W build Hogger wants to achieve. So I am just going to fast forward onto the finish line, which is just a minute away here. In the meanwhile, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys give Hogger a chance. He's a fantastic hero. He's very, very strong. He was not balanced correctly. Don't think the nerfs did anything that matter. He's definitely a powerful hero, and he's in a very strong place right now. If you would devote the time to understanding how the bounces work and give yourself a little bit of practice on every map, you really will find him to be a fantastically rewarding hero. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Take care, and we'll see you in the Nexus.